sure you're getting to the correct one. So Going Merry is a free scholarship application platform where students can find and apply directly to scholarships, find and apply to scholarships directly from our website. It's also a scholarship match platform. So students, when they go in and create a profile, they put in like their interest, their GPA, high school that they attend, a whole host of demographic information that students would normally fill out on multiple scholarship applications. All that information is housed right in Going Merry, and the algorithms that work with this platform allow the students' information to match with scholarships that are posted on this site. So the goal is for students to apply to more scholarships because they have a better understanding of what they qualify for, and it kind of takes a little bit out of the incredibly time-consuming piece for the kids to search for individual scholarships. I've also linked out here a YouTube video that's about 1.5 minutes and gives a nice overview of the platform, what it looks like for the students and how it works. Super user-friendly. The people that run Going Merry are great to work with. I really enjoy speaking with them. So just a plug for them. It's a really great platform. And scholarship providers have two options for advertising on this particular site. There's the universal application and an external application. So the universal application, this allows students to apply to multiple scholarships using the same application. So instead of students having to fill out their demographic 15 times for 15 different applications, it's done once. If they match and to your particular scholarship and you're using the universal application and they've completed that universal application, all the student has to do is click submit and they've applied to your scholarship. I presented this information to the scholarship chairs at all of the high schools last week, and they were very excited about it. They were hopeful that this option would encourage students to apply to more scholarships, because some of the barriers that we do see with students applying to scholarships is they just struggle with filling out the application. Being honest, we all encourage them to apply, but sometimes getting them to sit down and fill them all out is a different story. But all the pieces of the application will be housed in the Students Going Merry account. As a provider, using the universal application, you'll receive access to all applications through an online portal, or you can also download a zip drive if you are like me and like to print things and have paper to look at. If you go with the universal application, when you complete your Scholarship Central form, you will need to have a link that goes to Going Merry to access their application. So if you decide, hey, we'd really like to test drive the universal application this year, please know this is our first year using it. I just finished building this application right before winter break. So it's very new, very cutting edge. Those of you that do it, you will be trailblazers, and we will be incredibly appreciative of the feedback that you give. But if this is the route that you decide to go, please contact me directly so that we can make sure that you have everything that you need. You have your links to access application materials, as well as the link on your scholarship form. Scholarship Central form is correct. So again, if this is the route that you want to go, please reach out to me prior to submitting your Scholarship Central form. So what does this universal application look like? It includes the student's demographic information, name, address, that type of info, a transcript that the student will upload to Going Merry, a recommendation from a teacher, counselor, or administrator, and there is a way for those individuals to upload that recommendation without the student seeing it. It is confidential, and the students will also have 2 essays in the universal application. So they'll be able to share an essay that they used previously, whether it be for another scholarship application or perhaps a college application essay that they decided to use. So they'll be able to have a free choice, essentially. And then the other question that we created was, describe an experience when you have demonstrated any one or combination of the following characteristics: scholarship, service, leadership, and character. How did this experience impact you or help you grow personally? We really felt like this encompassed a lot of what many scholarships are looking for in students, and it also gives a nice picture and tells a little story of students as well. Personally, I love a great college essay. I advised another provider that spoke with me this week, definitely do an essay. You get a great snapshot of the student and it gives you a sense of their voice and personality. And some of these essays that the kids write are amazing. It's a lot of times they take it as a creative writing experience. So it's not always those standard 5 paragraphs. For example, I had a student that wrote a college essay about her Chipotle order, and she compared her Chipotle order to the beauty and the details and how she ate it in specific layers because each layer had its own specific greatness that deserved to be eaten by itself. But it totally matched up to her personality. So just a little side note. Sorry, when you get me talking about my students, I just kind of go with it. And moving on, sorry, I digress. The Going Mary external application, what this would look like is this is the route that you want to go. I know many of the units have already submitted Scholarship Central forms, and I just received confirmation like tonight about 6:15 from Going Mary that our universal app is ready to go and some other things are ready to go. So we're just about ready to launch this, hopefully within the next week. Those of you that have already submitted those Scholarship Central forms, I'll be sending you an email just saying, hey, this is the platform that we're using. Are you okay if we upload this scholarship to the platform? But for this, it'll look very similar to Scholarship Central, where the students will have a link to a PDF of your application that they will print out, fill out, submit the materials needed to the providers, however is asked in the directions. So that is all the information that I have. Here's my contact info again. Again, email is the best way to get a hold of me. Send me an email. And again, I please ask for 24 hours to respond. I do my best to respond within 24 hours. But again, sometimes it gets a little crazy in my life. So I'm gonna stop. And I think, thank you. Thank you so much for one, inviting me tonight, two, the scholarships that you provide to our students and helping them pursue their post-secondary goals. And now I'm gonna for real stop sharing.
Thank you so much, Ms. Chowns. Does anyone have any questions as to anything about scholarship? Yes, Ms. D'Souza.
Thank you for that information. So do you have a deadline? Because we're currently trying to revise our budget, trying to do a stress-free donation to help fund our scholarship. But right now, do you have a deadline of when our scholarship has to be submitted?
No, that really kind of depends on your deadline of when you want the application due. The ones that we've been receiving, some are due in January, some are due February, some are due March, April, and we've even have some due at the beginning of May.
Okay, so we have some time. Okay, thank you.
You do have some time, yeah.
Does anyone else have any questions for Mrs. Chowns? Okay, I think you must have done such a good job.
No, Ms. Barone has some.
Okay.
Platforms.
Ms. Barone, you're breaking up pretty bad. Is there a way you can type it in the chat?
I'm really sorry, Ms. Barone. You were breaking up and I couldn't understand anything that you asked.
Ms. Barone is asking, are these on 2 separate platforms or is it all encompassed under Going Mary?
It's 2 separate platforms. Scholarship Central is through the VBCPS website and Going Mary is a completely separate website entity from VBCPS.
I don't see any other questions popping up from her, Ms. Jones.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Ms. Chowns, and I will be sharing the presentation. Is there a question?
Yes, she says if we offer one scholarship, are we able to still post on both platforms?
Yes. Yes, the goal is the ultimate goal. What I would love to have happen, if people are comfortable with it, is to post your scholarships on both platforms. Because Scholarship Central is more local scholarships, whereas Going Merry, and I apologize, I should have included this in my spiel, if you will, but Going Merry has national scholarships on there as well. So students have the opportunity to see and apply for not only local, but also national and regional scholarships on Going Merry. So it just only increases their opportunities of earning scholarships and then applying for scholarships.
Thank you, Mrs. Chowns. I'm just trying to give everyone a brief minute, so I don't want to cut it off too quickly.
Okay. Well, again, thank you so much for all that you do for our students in the division at all levels. I'm looking in here, there's a lot of different levels in this meeting. So one, thank you for your commitment to our kids. We definitely really appreciate it as educators. And thank you specifically to those providing scholarships. Again, helping our students pursue their post-secondary goals. I know that they are appreciative of all of your efforts. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm more than happy to help you and answer any questions that you think of later. That's my job, to help.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Chowns.
All right, thank you. Have a great day, guys.
You too. And now we're going to transition into Christina's presentation from Papa John's. Welcome, Christina.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, I moved to a different area today, so I'm just making sure we're good. Yes, I'm with Papa John's. I know some of the names look very familiar on here. Excited to talk to you guys again. A lot of you may already know kind of the gist of what kind of fundraising we have to offer for you, but today's presentation is definitely to expand that. It has evolved into something awesome on my side. I love it. I lost you for a second. And I'm excited to share what we've done this year for 2021. It's been a rough 2020, and I really have put a lot of effort into the fundraising programs to make it not just virtual as the new normal as of now, but to make it so simplistic for everybody with the stressful times we've been dealing with. I don't want anybody to stress. I don't want you to think that fundraising is hard, that you have to search. I mean, we have multiple opportunities. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get it going. Sharing. You probably see yourself, huh? Okay. Everybody see it, Miss Amber?
Yes, I think I'm good.
We're on virtual fundraising. Okay, so excited to show you guys the new, a lot of updates. For starters, I have 3 fundraising opportunities for you. It's actually 2 that I'm showing. I never adjusted that up there to 2, but we have a whole bunch more than just fundraisers, so I'm excited to show you the bonus work. The first one is Dollars for Dough. I'm gonna go express a lot about this one. It's been updated a ton. The second is virtual fundraiser cards that I'm excited to tell you about. And then we have, of course, incentives that will assist you in memberships for PTA and, of course, certificates as an incentive for students. Starting off with Dollars for Dough. We call it Dollars for Dough 4.0 as it's evolved throughout the years. But Dollars for Dough is simple. Just promote a school code. I actually have a list of school codes already activated for majority of the schools. And all you have to do is come to me and tell me that, you know, you want to promote it. And I will supply you with the code and a flyer that you literally, for PTA, this is the coolest part about the program, PTAs do nothing except spread the word about the school code. I'll do everything else. You spread the word and we're golden. You can earn unlimited funds throughout the school year. Usually it starts from the first day of school till the end of May. We have where it will be monthly payments paid out to you at 10% back of any sale that you receive per customers applying the school code. Now the school code will only be validated through mobile app or online. You cannot walk into a location and have it used there. They'll have no idea what you're talking about. They can't keep up with all the school codes. So it is an online registered code. But each month, I will send you a spreadsheet that shows you how your code is performed, how much you earned for 10% back, and I will also give you a free pizza for every 10 customers to use it. You might get lucky and have Miss Smith order it every single week, and she'll give you half of your redemptions. So as long as the school code is told, you'll receive. Last block, you'll see that one lucky school can win $10,000 at the end of May. That is why I said that the fundraiser potentially stops at the end of the school year, at the end of May, because we acknowledge a winner for $10,000. Schools compete with all schools in Hampton Roads, Alabama, and in Richmond. Any school that signs up for the competition can go for the chance of $10,000. The way you earn it is that a school has to have 250 code uses throughout the school year. And you don't just have to, put yourself in a hard battle and say, oh, there's no way I can get first place. You can, but on top of that, we make it really cool with giving you top 40 prizes. So if your school does hit 250, you're then competing with any other school, you qualify, and you're going against any school that has hit 250 for a price of top 40. And it can go from $250 to $10,000. Example, I believe fourth place is $2,500. So 250, that's your mark. I know a lot of schools have, anywhere ranging from 300 to 500 students. You're asking literally every person in your school potentially to order just one time, half your school at that. So it does seem like it's hard and a big number, but it's not. And then of course, I'll supply you a flyer to showcase your school code. It can be custom to your school, and I'll show you some flyer ideas I have right here. We're going to go to the left side of it with Spirit Night. Your code is valid all school year, but one thing that's new for 2021 is that I've noticed having a Spirit Night, or even going to the right at a Spirit Week, ignore the 20% back right now, but Spirit Night or Spirit Week are really booming up the code redemptions that you're receiving at your school. So I'm highly suggesting that this happens this year, and just throw me some dates and I'll update your flyers. I know we have some school examples here at Luxford, and there's a York County school over here on the right. But these are just examples to show you, custom it to you. They're awesome. They'll be virtual, of course, unless you choose or have a drive-through scenario where you are able to supply a papered flyer. But really, as you see right here in the middle, all you have to do is promote your school code. Now, going back into the reference of 20% back on the Spirit Week, that is something I've added this school year, where if a school does not choose to compete for 10,000, I will let you know that's like a 2 percentile there, because who wouldn't want to win or strive for $10,000? However, schools that may be smaller, that don't qualify in, you have to be a public entity that has 200 or more students, and some schools don't. So if a school just doesn't want to compete at all, doesn't feel like it's feasible to try, they can run a Spirit Week where I will supply 20% back in sale versus 10, but that's only for that 1 week time period. Now you can do it each month. I wouldn't mind that, but it's only that you get paid for only that time frame. All other schools are getting paid monthly throughout the whole entire month of sales. And then having to honor our 2019-2020 first place winner of $10,000 last school year was our St. Matthew's Catholic School in Virginia Beach. They also won 4th place the year prior, where they earned $2,500. So I'm very excited for them, to acknowledge their first place winnings. The years past, Richmond Market had first place winner. So it was wonderful to see a Hampton Roads school hit it this past year. I'm excited to possibly see a Hampton Roads school do it again this year. So I would love to make sure, if you already signed up for Dollars for Dough currently, to, I'll be sending out December spreadsheets this next day or two, and I'll give everybody their updates of where they kind of stand on their 250 number. But if you haven't signed up, it's not too late. We can definitely see how many, Spirit Nights or Spirit Weeks we can boom up your redemption line for your code and get you close as 250 as you can. It's awesome though. It's a very, very easy fundraiser. It's just as simple as just telling somebody about a code. The code is also validated all the way through Hampton Roads from Williamsburg to Virginia Beach. So tell any friends and family you may have around Hampton Roads about that code. It's not limited to just the school. And it's simply just a tracking code. It's not a discount either. Moving on to virtual fundraiser cards. Our typical cards that we used to sell were hard copies, and we still have those. But due to COVID, not a lot of hand transfers and stuff have been available or able to happen. So we changed it up to virtual. Virtual fundraising cards are simple as Dollars for Dough. You literally, as a PTA, get a flyer from me that simply promotes a website. You tell customers from all across Hampton Roads, not limited to schools again, to go to this website and purchase a fundraiser card to support your PTA. Super duper simple. Again, no hands-on delivering, no money transfer at all. When the customer pays online, within 1 to 2 business days, I will send them an email with an electronic PDF. Well, not electronic PDF, but I'll send them a PDF of the fundraiser card, which I'll show you on the next slide. And the cards, they cost $10. You get 3 free items on the card that they can use twice. So it's technically 6 free items for only $10. They're already getting their money back. It's a good little way to sell the card. You will get your money back if you purchase the card. But the cool part is your PTA is going to receive 70% of that profit. I do all the work for you, and I'm only asking for $3 back for those cards. At the end of your fundraiser term, which we'll talk dates at that time, I will send a check for $7 back for every card you sold. On top of that, as a bonus, you get a free pizza for every 25 cards you sell. I will also, at the end of your fundraiser, send you a spreadsheet that will showcase every customer's name and email. I do not send any other information. And also tell you how many cards they sold. If you wanted to know, Mr. Jones purchased 20 cards. That's pretty big. So some like to send out thank you cards, or PTA may also reach out to them as far as signing up as a membership. There's no cap to what you can earn. You can sell as many cards as you'd like. But again, making this fundraiser so simplistic that all you have to do is promote a website. I think it's pretty amazing. And it's done very well with certain schools that have ran it within the last few months. This is what the card will look like. It's just a PDF. It has codes that will be used online or again via mobile app per each coupon, but that code will be able to be used twice. The cards do not expire till the end of the year right now. Once it gets closer to probably about the 6th, June for next school year, we'll have it extended out to June of 2022. But right now, the cards that you may sell, so you sign up, will be valid till the end of the year. Customers such as grandmas, grandpas that may not be technology savvy, I am happy to mail them out a card or text upon request. So there is the option there. They can definitely get their cards somehow, some way. But it's very, very simple. So if you're interested in that, that's simple. What happens with the virtual fundraiser cards is your name gets put on a list on a website and then removed at the end. So they literally just go to the website, select their quantity, select your school from the list and purchase the card. And after that, it's done. Going to the next slide of newsletter inserts, I put this right after the Dollars for Dough and virtual fundraiser cards, because one thing I feel like PTAs are missing is the communication. They feel a little limited. So this is just one of many ways to keep parents informed monthly, because I know you guys do monthly newsletters with stipulations, of course. I can always supply a logo for the inserts should you need them. But right now, I just kind of threw out a few examples of what you could add to make your life easier. So instead of you coming up with ideas of what you would add, I've done it for you with a couple little places you'd insert your school code or school name. And then once I make you the flyer, you guys can link it that way. If you guys need a way to have a direct link for your flyer, I have a special website that I am able to process you at your own URL for that. So again, I'm here to help in every way. At the bottom of this, which I know you guys will receive at the end of the call, or the PDF file of the slideshow, I have URLs for different inserts here where you'll be able to easily copy and paste the inserts right here. I do have them pulled up on a different screen, but I have no idea how to get to it right now. So we're going to go back to the next one. The PTA incentives for you guys. This one is for parents itself. A flyer that I've made, I can adjust it in every single way, but I try to make it fun with Mr. Slice, mascot guy right here in the middle. I've even added a QR code for everybody where they can literally just scan their camera and bam, they're right there to your member hub or your PTA site where they will sign up for memberships. I can custom make these to your individual fees and website. And then once I send this to you, shall you be interested, I will also supply you with a coupon that you can send out virtually for any member that joins. Plus you can send it as just a goodie to the ones that have already joined as a thank you. 2021, I have started a new one where we are trying to get staff involved, and I've given an incentive for staff, which is actually huge because your membership may cost, as you see down below, a $6 cost, but I'm giving away, I promise, more than $40 worth of food, $30 at minimum. So they have to strive for 100% PTA membership per their class count. This flyer is actually a little updated at this moment, so I can, at that time, I'll show you if you're interested. I'll update it to you. You'll need to let me know your end date for when they need to join by, when the drawing's over. But this is really cool for staff. I know some teachers don't sign up. And I think it would be cool to get each teacher involved through their classroom as well. I think it'll be a good bump for everybody. So a membership drive, let me help you join into every bit of the fun of getting the incentives going. Flyers can be custom, of course, through the website because everybody can join. Certificates, the third incentive for you. Students love this certificate. I think it's great for student honor rolls, any kind of contest winnings, any bingo winnings. I know there's a school right now doing bingo and they're using that for the winners. Right now, schools are only given 30 at a time. That is to make sure I monitor how many students may be going to one location of Papa John's to use them all at the same time. But you can request them monthly. I trust in everybody that receives them that they will not save the 30 each month and then give them all out at 100 count in 1 month. We do ask that you, if you request them, that you use them throughout that month term and ask for more later. Each one of the certificates you will see have a promotion code as well that can be used online and online only. At the bottom right of the certificate, you will see a little block with 000. That is because they're all numbered. So when I send you 30 certificates, each one is numbered so that you can potentially track which student gets which number. These are one-time use codes. So if you accidentally send it to Billy and Sally at the same time, then one of those is going to get to use the code, the other one will not. So it is a one-time use per student. So I just want to make sure you guys are aware of that. And then there's many more ways, of course, to partner with me. We have raffle prize incentives. I have discount coupons galore. And I also have Papa Swag, which is in multiple items, but I do for schools right down the main two, which is pencils and bookmarks. I have a ton of bookmarks that just came in. They also offer a free side item. And of course, so much more. I like to pretty much end this with saying anything you need, please let me run with you, because it is so simplistic for me to do everything I've already told you about and some. We like to get creative on ideas. If you have events, field days, bingo nights, anything, please, please come to me, because we can get creative and make, Papa John's work in there. I wanted to showcase really quick. Sorry about that. On pjcheese.com, I did write that at the end of the presentation. pjcheese.com is my main fundraiser site. And when you go to this site and select Hampton Roads, it gives you info for every program I already discussed. And I've added in the fundraiser tab up here, fundraiser flyer options, because I wanted everybody to have multiple selections for different fundraisers. Example, I have A and B as the virtual cards. One clearly looks a little more professional than the other, so we probably utilize left better. But we have C and D for dollars for dough. I just wanted to give you guys different opportunities and options. And then I have on that newsletter insert page, you saw at the bottom where this would be the website links that you would go to, where you can simply select it all, copy and paste. So there's your flyer inserts for dollars for dough, or your newsletter inserts, and also your virtual fundraiser cards. And if you ever do not like the words that I've wrote down and you don't think you can come up with something creative, I promise I can come up with 1,000 more. But really, it's just a website and it's just a code. So that's what my 2021 is to you guys, is I'm really just trying to help keep your life less stressful. Let me do everything from tracking, from paying you. I want to do everything as easy as I can for you guys. And, all I need you to do is promote. That's the main word for fundraising on my side. You promote, I'll give you everything after that. There are upcoming fundraisers I'm getting creative to that will come later in the future. We're hoping in a month or two, that I'm very excited about. So my wheels are always turning for new creative ideas to assist the schools. And I'm excited to work with everybody. So definitely, if you guys want to work with me, I'm here.
Thank you, Christina. The presentation was awesome. Does anyone have any questions for Christina about how any of the programs work, or any opportunities they see might fit into their school? We did get a message from Beth St. Paul, I think at ODS, who said we've been using the online code this year and it's been working great. Thank you. So
Yes, they're good.
Well, and like Christina said, she's always available to reach out and work with everybody, and can customize any of her fundraisers to the needs of your schools. And I will be sharing her presentation as well as Mrs. Chown in the email at the conclusion of this call, probably in the next couple of days.
And I'm a fast worker. A lot of the names I see have definitely probably emailed me before at 12 o'clock at night when they're working late hours, and I respond right away and have the flyer, within an hour. So I'm always there 24/7. I have my phone. That's what marketing gals do. I think we should just have it taped to our face. But I'm a constant worker for you unless I'm on vacation, which is slim to never. So thank you guys.
Quick question.
Oh, I see questions over in chat. Yes.
It's kind of late in the year for us, I guess, just thinking broadly. If we sign up for a code to promote this year, I understand May is the end for the drawing and the
Right.
prize getting. Does the code then, would we need to reapply next year to do this? Or can
No,
we start?
that's a great question. So I have a bonus for you. So anybody can sign up all day long, and it will continue until I cannot reach somebody at the school. So I always suggest and mention, please, if you choose to leave PTA or you're not that person this, coming up year, to inform the next person about the program so they're at least aware that I'll be sending spreadsheets. So if you sign up now, that's perfect. Each month you'll still receive 10%, even if you don't compete or, knowing you may not hit it. That's okay. The coolest bonus about everything with Dollars for Dough is that in the summer, when the PTA is enjoying their summer the best they can, anybody that uses your code through the summer still helps your school. So the first day of school, I will come out with a spreadsheet to your school and tell you, hey, guess what? During the summertime, you earned 50 redemptions. 50 people used your code through the summer while you had no idea, but you may have posted it once or twice on a Facebook page or a quick little blurb announcement email. You had no idea, but you had 50. Bonus, that 50 that you receive in the summer will go towards your 250 for next school year. So if you start now, that's perfectly fine to get the word in, get those parents, involved with it. And then through the summer, maybe push it right before the end of the school year and say, hey, don't hesitate to use it through the summer. And then on the first day of school, you'll be really shocked to see at minimum, you might get 10, but I promise that still helps for 250. So yes, that's a good question. But yes, you can use it all year long. And it doesn't stop any school year until I see, like, we may stop tracking if it gets deactivating. It's more of if the school has done 0 code uses in like 3 months straight. At that point, I'd be reaching out to the school. But if I have nobody to reach out to or can't get a hold of anybody, we still have the code validated. It's still available and active, but we're not sending you the spreadsheets. We're not paying you for nothing. So, but it's always there. Good question. And then somebody asked if this is something that can be put on Member Hub. If you guys would like to promote the Dollars for Dough code on Member Hub somehow as just a simple image, I think that's perfectly fine. I do know in reference to the virtual fundraiser cards, Member Hub, I did notice that if you put it in Member Hub, if the customer goes to your link on Member Hub and doesn't go to my fundraiser card website where they would purchase the card, and they accidentally purchase through Member Hub, giving the $10 to you, that can become a little bit of a headache because then you either refund their money, tell them to go to the website and do it again, or you use your own credit card to pay their $10. And I don't know, it gets a little confusing. So virtual fundraiser cards, I don't suggest doing it that way. I did have a school do like purchase a fundraiser card for $10 by paying Member Hub. And then at the end of their fundraiser, they purchased like 10 cards for first responders. So you can make it a link where people are still putting in the money into Member Hub, and then you take the Member Hub payment to my website and purchase for the first responders or whomever you'd like, any charity or whatnot. I hope I did not confuse the heck out of everybody with that one. But I don't suggest putting anything that may not be seeming as a donation for virtual fundraiser cards on there. But Dollars for Dough, if there's any way to mention code on there, I would. if that's the question that we were going for. Oh, I was reading the more comments. I love everybody that's still using their codes. Thank you. Any other questions? I can talk all day. I think Dollars for Dough, just to showcase one more thing, Dollars for Dough to me is super interesting because schools that will strive and notice that they are really receiving a good dollar amount back will do wonderful. And then schools that aren't even trying, which I don't suggest to do, please try, promote. But schools that aren't even trying are still seeing a spreadsheet come to me and say, hey, guess what? You earned money and you didn't even try. So it's a continuance of code usage from, you know, anybody that may use that code religiously every week, every month. I did just think about something else. With Dollars for Dough, you never know how much somebody's going to order. You might have a family simply order one pizza. You may have a birthday party that orders 6 for $200 worth of pizza. You will receive 10% back from every single order, and we don't know how much they're going to use or pay out. So it's unlimited what you can earn, and I love it. If somebody doesn't say anything, I'm going to keep talking. I'm just kidding. Amber, stop laughing. I'm like rolling. I'm like, did I miss anything? I have all this opportunity. Nobody's talking and nobody's hung up, which is fantastic. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. I'm excited. And I will put in the chat my email address just one more time in case anybody wants to quickly write it down. At minimum, I do suggest that that at least try one, as one thing I always say. Try one. If it doesn't seem to work, don't think it's a failure. Try the other one. I personally suggest to do Dollars for Dough because it's a win-win on all battles because it's too easy not to do. Like I said, you earn all the time. And bonus, you get free pizza as well. All right, guys, there it is. Oh, I sent it to just Patricia. I'm sorry. There we go. Hold on. My name is so long, and it's Pasturzik, by the way. My last name.
I knew I killed it. I knew it was terrible. I tried.
No worries. It's CZYK. I think it's actually pronounced Pastor Czech, but that's not how my mommy and daddy raised me to say it. So Pastor Zik is what I say. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much for coming this evening.
Very welcome. Okay, I'm muting now.
There are a couple comments for you in the chat. I don't know, a couple last minute thank yous and just compliments.
I see
Now,
them. Thank you.
sure. Now, if anyone else has any generic questions, most of our board is on the call this evening. If you have any questions, anything you've been working through that you might need some information, message us in the chat, or, if you would like to speak to it. A lot of units are doing very different things right now that other presidents that are on the call or officers might have some great input for you. So if you have anything on your mind, we're here for you if you'd like to share anything.
Miss Williams asked if somebody could share out about bingo. She'd like to hear how someone is doing that.
I don't know what you're looking for, but we had a bingo recently, a couple weeks back. We did it all virtual. We did it on Zoom. We printed a flyer that told our parents to go to, I forget the website off the top of my head, but something close to freebingocard.com, and it literally generated a random bingo card, and you could print as many cards as you wanted. And at 6:30, a bunch of people logged into Zoom, and the game that we normally would, roll the wheel and pull the balls, we had one person take it home with them, and they randomly drew balls and called it over Zoom. And this was on a Friday, so then we told the kids starting Monday they could pick up whatever prizes they had earned from the school office, and it was a really big hit, at least for elementary school. We split it into 2 sessions. We had one at 6:30 till 7:30. We played about 6-7 games, and then 7:30 to 8:30, I think we maybe got a couple more, 10 or 11 games. And overall, it went really well.
What school are you from?
Ocean Lakes Elementary.
Thank
Alrighty, I think we unfortunately lost Amber in a Zoom shuffle, I believe. So if no one else has any questions, I want to thank you all for coming. You're going to be getting emails from council here shortly about the reflection celebration, which will be virtual. So please make sure if you're not a president or reflections chair on the call right now to kind of start bugging your president and your reflections chair, as they'll be getting that information shortly. And we will also, as Amber said earlier, be sending out the PowerPoints that both Ms. Chowns and Christina from Papa John's used, as well as a recording of this meeting, just in case you missed a bit and you need to provide it to your board. We'll go ahead and pass that on to you all. But if nobody else has any questions, council thanks you for showing up. We hope that these monthly meetings are helpful to you all. We're just trying to make sure that we have an open line of communication and in what's surely shaping up to be yet more of an uncertain school year. All right, thank you all.
you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Everyone have a great evening.
You as well, thanks.
Tara, there is one more statement. It might be a statement in the chat. It says ODS is doing a reading month book bingo. Kids have all month to read and do each square is either a different type of book, place, etc. That's the only thing that was left as a comment in the chat.
That's a great, interesting spin on bingo, ODS. If you would be willing to share some of that before everybody signs off, that would be neat for some local units to hear.
Sure. Sorry, I wasn't typing fast enough, and then I was like, oh, you're leaving. So I went ahead and sent it. Yeah, our programs chair came up with a reading month bingo card and just made each square be a type of book. Like, I mean, we have an elementary through middle school, so it was, read a fiction, read nonfiction, read a book with a color over like the color in the title, read somewhere unusual, read outside, so different things like that. And then we published it before Christmas so that kids can print it and work on it over the holiday breaks. And then they have till the end of January, and then can forward us the copy of their bingo board marked off to our email that we made up. And we're just going to do some sort of like bookmarks and looking for like coupons, probably like the Papa John's or something, type coupons for kids who participate. It's mainly just to get participation and for them to obviously reading. We always do January as a big reading month for us. So we were trying to do something that everyone can participate in.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that great idea. I'm going to most definitely have to speak with my elementary school local unit about that. I think that would be neat. We just finished a readathon, so I will probably have to give it a little bit of a pause, but I love it.
Sorry, and I was unmuted for me to be able to say something in terms of that. But the ODS bingo is actually giving out goodies for bingos, and they are coming from Papa John's. So when you do run your bingos, don't hesitate to ask me for wonderful coupons or incentives for your students. Had to add that for a hang up for real this time. All right, guys.
All right. Again, thank you all for sharing your ideas. We look forward to seeing you guys.
Yeah, she's been very generous.
Oh, Papa John's has definitely been generous to council as well. They're our go-to for reflections and all of our other needs throughout the year. So we definitely thank our sponsors and our co-partners here. But again, please make sure if you're not a president or reflections chair in the coming days, check with them for information about the virtual reflection celebration. And Amber will be emailing out, pardon me, the video of this evening plus the PowerPoints. Thank you all for coming. Have a great evening.